Good morning over at LC Middle School students, and this is your review for your adding of integers test. Hopefully you got a chance to submit once, see any results you had, and then fix anything you might have missed and submit twice. And if you still got a question, you can watch the video here to help you out a little bit. All right, so question 1. During a football game, Jake gained 6 yards in the first play, then he lost 9 yards in the second play. How many yards does Jake need in the next play to get back to the original line of scrimmage? Well, he gained 6 and lost 9, so overall he's lost 3 yards so far. He needs 3 yards to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Dave was playing the integer card game. He drew 3 cards, a -3, a 5, and a -1. What's his total? Well, 2 negatives here. A -3, -1 give you a -4. You still have that +5. Well, there's more positives than there are negatives, so it's going to be a positive answer, and 5 minus 4 is 1. Playing an integer card game, you drew the cards 2, 9, and -6. Your partner gave you a card with a 3 on it. What's your total for the 4 cards now? Well, let's get all of our positives together. 2 and a 9 and a 3 make 14. And then I have to add the -6. There's more positives than negatives, so it's going to be a positive answer. And 14 minus 6 gives you an 8, so positive 8. And question 4, if you're going to use that answer for number 3, what card would you want to draw next to get your score back to a 0? Well, if you were at a positive 8, then you need to draw a -8, which will take you back to 0. All right, question 5. Just find the sum, a -3 plus 4. Well, there's more positives than there are negatives, so you know it's going to be a positive answer. 4 minus 3 gives you 1. Find the sum here. Well, we have a couple negatives here. You have a -4 and a -2. That gives you a -6 and 11 positives, though. So there's more positives than negatives, so positive answer. 11 minus 6 gives you a positive 5. Same kind of scenario here. I have a couple negatives. That gives you -5 just with those 2. 6 plus -5. There's still more positives than negatives, so it's a positive answer. And 6 minus 5 is 1. These are both negatives. -5, -5 give you a -10. Question 9. When playing an integer game, you selected 2 cards, a -2 and a -6. Which equation models this situation? So I looked to see where I have a -2 and a -6. And well, that's a subtraction, so that's not going to work. A -2 and a -6 doesn't give me a positive 4. A -2 and a -6 should give me a -8. So our 4th choice there is good. All right, find the sum. Well, you have a -5 and a -12. Together, they're both negative, so it gives you -17. A positive and a negative being added together. There's more positives than negatives, so it's going to be a positive answer. You just take 4.7 minus 3.2 and it gives you a positive 1.5. Now here, you have 1/2 plus a -2.5. Well, there's more negatives than positives, so I know it's going to be a negative answer, so I put that down right away. And I just take my 2.5 minus 1/2 now. And 1/2 minus 1/2 gives you 0, so it leaves you just 2. So -2. All right. So let's see. Just about wrapping on up here with our work. Here we go. Question number 13. True or false? The following sentence describes the sum of 14 plus -3. You earned $14 raking leaves and found $3 in the sidewalk. That would be false, because if you found $3, it would not be a -3, it would be a positive 3. Phil and Leon were playing the integer game. Phil drew an 8 and a -10. Leon drew a -7 and a 2. What was the value of Phil's hand? Well, Phil had an 8 and a -10, so he has more negatives than positives, so he knows it's going to be a negative answer. And then 10 minus 8 gives you 2, so -2. Leon's hand. Well, Leon had a -7 and a positive 2. More negatives than positives, so you know it's going to be a negative answer. So take 7 minus 2 gives you 5. -5 for the final answer. Now, if Leon drew 2 more cards, a -3 and a positive 5, in addition to what I already drew in number 13, what would his new score be after totaling all 4 cards? Well, his first 2 cards gave him a -5 for a total. But now he's got a -3, so -5, -3, now take him to a -8. But you still have to add a positive 5 to this. And when you do this, you have more negatives than positives still, so it's going to be a negative answer. 8 minus 5 is 3, so -3. And that's our final. So email me if you have any questions on any of those for tomorrow's test.